Hi guys. So I want to read on Ghislaine Maxwell's arrest. And, you know, obviously that's Epstein's right hand helper, predator. And I want to get into it by going to this read I did on Bill Barr, because as soon as she got arrested, I thought that this is her in his read. A lot of people are speculating that that this, which has happened, is related to something that Bill Barr was trying to stop by firing Jeffrey Berman at the Southern District of New York. So, but apparently it had gotten maybe passed on to the FBI in time for this to still happen. So I'm thinking that in relation to his firing of Jeffrey Berman, this is what she's doing here. So I'm gonna clear everything out and start and do just a reading on her from this. So I'm definitely feeling that related, and so I just wanted to take it right out of this reading. Spirit, help us to see, to do a reading on the Ghislaine Maxwell arrest and what we can expect to come from it and who is affected, and anything that would be relevant to our lives as, you know, Americans looking for justice to be served. Ghislaine Maxwell and her arrest. Okay, so I pulled, so as I was reading, I pulled a little more on the side here, as you can see. So let's see. First of all, Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, and the Chariot were the first three cards that came out. This is a huge deal, an enormous and huge deal. I mean, you know, we can kind of jump to that anyway, but the cards are confirming that big time, in case there's any question. Wheel of Fortune, I mean, you know, if there's any question what direction this is going, it's like at last, finally, those who seem to be winning and getting away with stuff are not going to anymore. The wheels are turning. The Chariot, things are moving fast and hard, and that's awesome. And the Magician, which is like this is like the most powerful card. It's like every element is being used, so that tells me there's like, you know, it's interesting because it was like the Southern District of New York and they passed it on to the FBI. It's like, I think they have like, you know, maybe the CIA and these other units. Like, it's like when I sometimes talk about the, with the world card, I see this worldwide corrupt, like sort of operation that like Donald Trump is involved in, and like Putin. And it's like, this is like the other side of it, is like there is also an operation to take that operation down, and I feel that here, and that's awesome. And then it's interesting. Okay, so and there's this other thing I wanted to read on that I don't know if I'll read today, but maybe tomorrow. But like, is there something going on where we have all these stories coming out, this Trump-Putin story, and the soldiers with the bounties, and then it's like as soon as they come up with their excuse for that, it's like boom, here's another one, and then like, so it just keeps cornering them, and then this morning there's more also, there's just like big things, and then Ghislaine coming out, like, being arrested today. I'm like, I immediately was like, said to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, is another one, like they're like, it's like some concerted, you know, they've got like things on deck, like arrest stories, and they're just like, boo, 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 boo. Like I picture like, if you watch Homeland, how they sit in the war room and they're like watching on the screen, they're like, okay, now, and it's like, phew. So I don't know, is that like what we're experiencing here? And if so, that means like something has begun, if you know what I mean. So, and these cards sort of like speak to that possibly. So that's really cool. And then these other cards also speak to it, which is why, so I think that she So this is like sort of being in a position of defensiveness and strength, which sounds like it could be her because I think she's got a lot on a lot of people. So in relation to this arrest and things happening in the bigger picture, like at the White House and stuff, there's more information on deck that has not been released yet, which is why it's upside down, this page of rods. Like they've got more. And then they also, I think, have someone on the inside, a Knight of Pentacles. They have someone on the inside passing on information. Like there's like a whole like operation here. And that could be part of this strength card. And then this upside down sun card, it's like that same thing. Like they have more, and they've got it sort of like tucked away for the right moment. They have more, they know more. It's just not the time yet. I'm throwing in a little audio here. I'm realizing lately I get hits as I edit. So FYI, I'm also adding more text notes to the videos, just so you know, if you're interested in that. But I also just wanted to say here about the cards I just mentioned, I do think they're about the FBI's position, but also about her position. I see the upside down knight as someone that the FBI has flipped. Maybe there's more than one. And similarly with the upside down page as testimony communications that they have that they're keeping close to the vest, like a game of poker that they're playing with her so she feels less powerful, not knowing what they have. But I also see those cards as her story, the upside down knight being a duplicitous person she hopes that will help her out of this. And the upside down page as information she has on them or other powerful people. And the upside down sun as the key to all of this, that this is all that she has to expose. And it's a huge amount, like the sun is huge. And that's what's at stake for both sides. And they're both sort of keeping hidden what they know about the whole big picture. So that's what they want for her. She's resisting. So it's upside down. That's her resistance. And they're hoping to get it all. So just wanted to throw that in there here. They are like sort of like working hard on the details. It's like, oh my gosh, it's sort of like that, what I was saying, like that in the crosshairs, you know, of that war room where they're like, zhoo, zhoo. So maybe that is sort of confirming that for me. So maybe I'm getting that read done here. So it's sort of like zoning in, and you know, they have like sort of more, you know, on deck or arrests or stories or information, whistleblowers. Like they're sort of like, you know, waiting and holding back. So yeah, I think that's the story there. And then here we've got her at the base. Like she's, you know, she's, I mean, that says it all. They've got her, I think, behind bars right now. They've got her jailed. They've got her protected too, I would say. I don't see anything here that her life's in danger. I think they're holding on very tight. They've got her in safe quarters. She can't go anywhere or do anything. So that's really cool. I see over here in the past, this card sort of like takes me to the island and to the other, you know, like properties they had where they would lure people, come on in and look at this magical place we have. So yuck card right there for her. And crumbling the tower. So that whole thing is crumbling, and I was really drawn to these people jumping out of the tower here. And I'm like, anyone who, you know, who would be on Ghislaine's list, you know, they're all gonna be panicking right now. And when you have them panicking, they will turn other people over to hopefully themselves walk away. I wanna help. So that's great. And that could also relate to, you know, Trump and his gang, whoever else might be involved, whether or not they were customers or helping in some way, benefiting in some way from the whole operation. People jumping ship. And then, you know, the emperor. So yeah, so like I said, including Trump, I think that this, you know, does also tie into them wanting to expose or get Trump, you know, to gang up. Like he's trying to control the situation, get people fired. Well, it's coming back at him. Like he can't get away, and it is gonna fall on him, and he is like part of it. Yeah, and that's what the Ace of Rods is showing, like sort of putting down the gavel on Trump, and also the Emperor, like also not just Trump, but that's just like the patriarchy, that sort of male dominance world that made up her world, you know, with their activities and trying to run the world. And then, and at the base, I have this is like an offer. This is an offer that someone doesn't want. I think that that is a big part of where she will be for a while. You know, I'm not saying she would walk away, but like, we can help you if you'll help us. So I think that's a big part of also taking down a lot of these types. This is sort of her well-crafted world that she created to protect herself, and she's weighing her options. What should I give? What should I give? And then here in the long term, you know, of course you're going to have people fighting and contesting. You know, I was sort of asking, like, what will come of it, you know. But then you're going to have, I think the girls are going to have their chance, their time in court that was stolen from them when Epstein was taken out. They didn't get their day in court. They're going to have their day in court. And this makes me feel like there's really going to be a whole lot to look at. It could be a very long time, you know, as far as what's the long-term final outcome. I think it's going to be a long time. But, you know, who knows, maybe along the way, like, at least we know it's happening, and it puts the pressure on. But it could be interesting. Maybe we get to see the lawsuits or the people freaking out. And then Queen of Cups, it's like, I think ultimately she will spill. She sort of transforms from Queen of Pentacles, she's got all the goods, to like Queen of Cups, she spills, and she just, yeah. So that's my read on that. Very interesting. I hope you like that. Thanks for being there for me to share it with. I used to do these reads, you know, just by myself, and I always wanted to tell someone what I got, so that's why I do this. So thanks for being there, and let me know if anything stood out to you guys in this read. I'd be interested to hear, and otherwise I'll talk to you later. Bye.